was most excited going into this pregnancy just about the pregnancy itself. We had tried for about 3 years to get pregnant before we finally were able to conceive Graham. Before everything happened, in my mind, it was just going to be like the new family member that everybody had been waiting so long for. My name is Brittany Ham, and my life before my pregnancy with Graham was a pretty basic life, I would say. When I went in, I just kind of said something's not exactly right, and she checked me and she was like, your water's broken and you're dilated. And I knew something was wrong. I left and we immediately went to St. Elizabeth.
When I have an admission of a patient who I have a concern about an early birth, I am calling the NICU pretty much immediately after I'm getting out of the room for assessment. And I'm talking to our neonatal nurse practitioners, I'm talking to our neonatologists about coming over to do a consultation. And through that conversation, I am telling them, here's my anticipated delivery time. Like, I'm hoping we can hold this off, but here's the plan. Here are the factors that might come in play for delivery time. In specifically Brittany's case, we were hoping to keep her pregnant as long as we possibly could.
So Graham is the smallest fighter I've ever seen in my entire life.
Thinking about how he only had a 10% chance and now he's running around is crazy.
He was 1 pound, 9.9 ounces, and 12 inches long when he was born. I knew that they had to rush him off. It was crazy because he moved his hand up on my stomach and I was just like, okay, this is it. Like, we're doing this. It was game time.
So we take care of the babies obviously on a daily basis. We come in at the beginning of our shift and get report and get to know everything about the babies. But then we do cares every 3 hours on the babies and noting any changes in their vital signs. Probably the biggest moment I would never forget is when I got some texts at home saying I might have to come in and say goodbye because they didn't think he was going to make it.
It was right after Christmas, and we had almost lost him during that time. And they had done everything that they could possibly do. We had made a couple of changes, like on his vent and with his breathing tube. Everything started to do an uptick. And it was a couple months before there was a sense of he's gonna be okay.
It's been awesome to be able to still be part of his story because we do take care of a lot of babies, obviously, but you don't always get to know the follow-up stories. They had a gift and I didn't really think much of it, and in the card is where they asked me to be his godmother.
The way that Maddie interacted with Graham and just the way that you could genuinely see she cares, that was a relationship that I wanted for the rest of our lives. It felt like it was the longest journey ever. I was amazed by the technology and all the equipment that was there within the NICU. Somebody was always ready for whatever Graham could throw their way. I don't think there's any way to fully describe it when you don't have to drive somewhere to see your child anymore and you finally have their room set up and they're there. That was an amazing feeling to put him in a car seat and drive home. So the team at St. Elizabeth made so many things possible for Graham. After Graham, I had Adeline there, and I had the same team of doctors, which was amazing. And I actually delivered in the same room that I delivered Graham in. It was a beautiful thing to be back and have that chapter quietly closed, but now we're seeing the other side of it with the birth of Adeline.